Well, when the outside shot's not working, you go inside and get the layups. Nice move by Jake Bivin.
12-0 run for the Railers.
Out front, Powers. Powers, long shot by number 12, and that is good. Andrew Wetzel, a junior, nails a three.
You can blame that on me. I jinxed him. Just said 12-0 run. 5 seconds later, he kid hits a three.
Brandon Jones not afraid to go to his bench either. Of course, with Larson gone, he doesn't have a choice. Good move by Cook inside, and Smith fouled him.
Yep, nothing they can do, especially when Peyton gets the ball that deep on the block. You've got to give it to him.
This is a different Peyton Cook than we saw last year. Obviously, he's bigger, stronger, and some of his moves are very tough for anybody to handle.
Well, you can tell there's just no lack of aggression. He knows, he's supposed to go up with that ball.
And Cookie misses the first of 2 free throws. Aiden Gowan back in the basketball game for Trey Schilling. Jackson Helms comes in for Colton Smith on the Mattoon side. 19-10 the Lincoln lead. 2:43 to go here in the half. Cook, the second one, 6'7" senior. Back the iron, no good. Tipped by Mattoon, out of bounds. It's going to stay Lincoln basketball. Kind of unusual for Peyton Cook. Ordinarily a pretty good free throw shooter for his size.
Looked good.
Bivin to inbound the basketball. Raiders got a break on the long rebound. It went off Mattoon's hands. They go inside Cookie again. Cook, great pass to Kingsley, and Kingsley couldn't handle the pass and got it knocked off his knee and out of bounds.
Yeah, Peyton had a chance. So Peyton could have put that up, but he saw Kingsley run around to the backside. He was open, just passed, couldn't corral it, and back to the green wave.
Mattoon, backcourt, still in the backcourt. Looking to get across the timeline and nearly traveled. Helms, long three out of the corner, up good.
Well, just when we thought we were putting them away, back-to-back threes, put them right back in it.
19-13 the Lincoln lead. 2:19 to go here in the half. Gowan goes in corner, Saucy. Out to Bivin. Bivin front, Cook. Kingsley in the corner, Gowan. Gowan going to take somebody baseline and had the ball batted away. And here comes, Mattoon, ball on the floor. Gowan picks it up. And what's going to be the call here? Foul is on Jace Gardner, number 10. He and Jake Bivin got tangled up.
There was a little bit of a late whistle there, but it goes our way, so we'll take it, I guess.
Saucy inbounds at half court, gets it into Kingsley. Cage gets it across the half-court line, goes to Gowan, and now Railers run the motion. And Cook's going to get called for the illegal screen.
He pushed off a little bit. And, that was clear as day. From my angle anyway. Coach Al doesn't think so, but from where we're sitting, it looked like he got him pretty solid there on that screen, was moving and didn't come set.
Powers across to Gardner.
Almost
and he nearly traveled again. Gardner in the corner to...
There's a reversal.
And there it goes to Helms. Helms, Gardner, Wetzel. Wetzel, another three out of the corner. Short off the iron. And rebound, Gowan. Gowan got hammered by Powers. No call. Got it into Kingsley.
Gowan was on his own there as the weak side rebounder and came up with it.
Out front, Saucy. Saucy to Bivin. Bivin, Kingsley looking to go inside Cook. Bivin, Saucy, minute 18 to go here in the half. Kingsley going to take it down the lane. Good pass, Bivin. Bivin, 15-footer, up and good.
Good play by Cage Kingsley there, too, with a good drive to put pressure on the defense. Kicked it out to an open man with a one dribble shot for Bivin.
Gardner gets it across to Terriot Grace. He bowls his way down the lane. Ball stolen away by Bivin. Jake Bivin having a great first half here so far.
He's got 6, and he's starting to come alive on defense, too. I said it before, but Cage Kingsley giving me flashbacks of
and nearly bounced it off
back door.
Right, and nearly bounced it off of Wetzel too. It's going to go Mattoon basketball.
Yeah, had that back door just a little out in front. Which, if you're going to miss a backdoor cut, that's the way to miss it, is lead him into it a little too much. But
Jace Gardner still in the backcourt. Powers will now get it across the timeline to Gardner. Gardner goes in the corner. Wetzel, another three out of the corner, up, nearly banked it in. Ball batted around, and guess who comes out of there with it? Bivin.
Wetzel is not shy. He likes to let it fly, you can tell. 20 seconds here in the second quarter for the Railers. They're going to hold for one.
Bivin in front of the Mattoon student section. Bivin, Kingsley.
And Coach Al called Eagle, which is usually a 3 for Hasasi or Cook there if they're going to run Eagle.
Foul goes against Mattoons. Jace Gardner.
Jace Gardner, his second, and the next foul, if there is another one, will be in the bonus.
Number 2, Austin Boyer.
Austin Boyer into the basketball game as they get Jace Gardner out there before he gets his third foul. Into Kingsley, 9 seconds to go. Kingsley going to set the offense, gets it to Gowan. Gowan look for Cook to cutter. There's Saucy out front, 3 on the way. No, Kingsley up and good.
Up and good.
At the buzzer, it's Lincoln 23, Mattoon 13 at halftime. We're going to send it back to the station for 2 minutes, and we'll be back with the Schneider Chiropractic Center Grau Incorporated halftime show.
WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer basketball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball.
Jay Hart and Justin Tierney back here in Mattoon, where Lincoln leads the Green Wave 23-13 at half. JT, I'll tell you what, Cage Kingsley has given quite the spark coming off the bench tonight.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks of some guys like Preston Carnahan and Brad Schneider, my buddy Kurt Courtright, maybe a Brian Whalen, another few guys, came in. Point guard, he's hustling, he's everywhere, doing a good job on the point of the press. He's not trying to do too much, setting up his teammates. And he's giving us a nice spark. He's got 4 points himself, too.
Snuck in there at the end at the buzzer, got a nice rebound bucket there. And is,
he's probably the smallest kid on the floor. And, he's near the ball. And he made the other basket he got was a great passing cut where he cut to the rim, got an open shot. He's been, Peyton Cook is carrying our offense right now. But Cage Kingsley, big contribution here in the first half of the Railers.
One thing I'll say about this, we've gotten some decent shots tonight, and we've gotten some good looks from the outside. But we've got shots that haven't fallen. But to the credit of this basketball team, one, they've continued to play the defense, which is that's a given any night with a Lincoln basketball team. If you don't play defense, you're going to be sitting on the bench with Coach Al. But the other thing about the offense is, instead of trying to live by the three, they've gone to the bucket or the mid-range jumper, and it's working for them.
Yep, and early on, we I think forced some more contested shots. What we've done now is we've got into the lane and forced their defense to help and kicked, and another couple dribbles. We've seen Jake Biven, I think, has got a few baskets like that where somebody's driven in the lane, forced his defender to help, and then he's been able to attack that defender on the closeout and turn that into points. So subtle but important differences on how we're attacking them offensively.
When Peyton Cook's been able to isolate and get somebody one-on-one, they really don't have anybody who can guard him.
Yeah, they do not. And Peyton's been aggressive. You can tell he's that go-to guy, and he knows it. which has been good to see as well.
What we've seen from him also is the ability, because he's starting to recognize that double and triple team and try and make that pass to somebody else. He had Kingsley down here, and unfortunately, Cage, it was a pass that he couldn't handle, got too far into the bucket and had the ball got knocked out of bounds. But had that worked, Kingsley had a layup coming.
Yep. He's understands what it means to be the focal point of the offense and also how to set up his teammates. I think the key to the second half is going to be, okay, Mattoon has figured out that they're going to spread us out, get deep into the corners and do the ball reversal. That means one of two things. Either we've got to start moving our feet a little better. We had some stretches there where we weren't moving our feet so well. Or we've got to spread that zone out, and you might see Neal make an adjustment here in the second half and let his wings start cheating out on those passes a little bit more. Because so far they have not hurt us inside.
One thing that I have noticed is they have not been shy. Once they get the ball across half court, it might be one pass and an instant shot.
Yeah.
There are guys out there not shy about putting it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you see that a lot against Lincoln, too, where sometimes the first shot you're going to get is the best shot, and you better just let it fly. Because if you're going to let us get into a rhythm, a lot of teams you get in rhythm offensively. Lincoln can get into a rhythm defensively, where everybody's moving and talking, and there's just a good rhythm to that zone.
What have you got for scoring at halftime, my friend?
Sure. I've got Peyton Cook with 11, Jake Biven with 6, Cage Kingsley with 4, and Drew Hayes with 2. That makes 23 for the Railers. Mattoon, I've got Helms with 6, Wetzel with 3, Grace with 2, and Larson with 2. That makes 13 for the Green Wave.
Even though we put them in the bonus early in the first half, we don't really have anybody in foul trouble because I think all those 8 fouls were spread among everybody.
Yeah, I think Keon's got 2, but other than that, I don't think we have too much foul trouble at all.
And I know Jace Gardner, I believe, he was taken out of the second quarter. He has 2 fouls for them. Other than that, I don't think they've got anybody in real foul trouble either.
No, I believe you're correct on that. We'll see. I haven't seen Larson come back yet. I don't know that we'll see him again. Who's their leading scorer? So that's a big loss for the Green Wave is to lose Christian Larson, their leading scorer, out with what looked like a significant dental emergency situation. Might have lost a tooth or chipped a tooth or had quite a bit of blood from the mouth there too. So that's I'm sure a big challenge that Mattoon will face here in the second half.
You know, as a first-year coach, Brandon Jones, I watched, he's not been shy about going to his bench. He will substitute, put guys in there. He's played probably, 7, 8, 9 guys so far here in the first half. I don't know if that's his intent or he's still searching for a lineup that works or clicks for this basketball team. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. This has been the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic Josh Komnick halftime show. When we come back here to Mattoon, JT and I will have the start of the second half.
Clear.
Back here at Mattoon High School, Jay Harden, Justin Tierney. We talked about the Me Realty list of the game and our 3 keys to the game. Well, we've hit on 2 of them. Defense, we've played the defense tonight. We've only given up 13 points, and they've hit some threes over the defense. Peyton Cook had a 11-point first half. He's been the man in the first half. And a consistent offense. Well,
that's eluded us so far.
We probably have missed that a little bit, although instead of relying on the 3-point shot, the kids have pretty much decided to get the mid-range jumpers or the layups. So they haven't settled for the 3 all of the time.
Yeah, the offense in the first quarter was only Peyton Cook. It was 7-7. He was all of our points. That second quarter offense was 16, and there was a lot of balance in that second quarter offense. So let's hope to see more of that here in the second half.
Lincoln, the basketball to start the second half. Schilling into Carson, and Carson will bring it into the front court. Carson, right wing, Schilling. Looking inside to Cook. Out front, Saucy, 3 on the way. Top of the key, no good. Rebound batted, nearly out of bounds. Goes into the Railer bench, and it'll go Mattoon basketball.
Good look there. Saucy just couldn't quite get it to go down.
We've had a few of those so far this evening. Mattoon still in the backcourt against Carson. Carson, Holmes, Powers, Gardner, back across, inside, Grace, and I think they're going to get him for, they're going to get Cook for the foul.
Waved it off, though, waved the basket off.
Wow.
That's a break for the Railers. It certainly looked like it was in the process, but.
That's 2 for Peyton Cook. So Cookie gets his second foul. 7:36 to go here in the third quarter. Lincoln still up 10. They go into Grace. Grace up against Cook. He muscles him up and got the layup.
Yeah, Grace with a strong finish there right into Peyton's chin, and points for the Green Wave.
Carson kicks it back out. Saucy. Biven between the circles. Left wing, Schilling. Cook in the left corner. Back out front, Biven. Biven to Saucy. Saucy, Cook. Cook going to take it in the lane. Cook, good move. Up and good.
Yeah. Peyton says, anything you can do, I can do better. Just took it right at his defender and laid it right up and in.
Mattoon still in the backcourt, now across the timeline. And now the trap out front. They get it to Holmes. Holmes inside Grace, nearly threw it away. Gardner
off his foot.
Traveled.
Okay, all right. I thought they were going to whistle us for a foul there at first, but.
Jace Gardner traveled in the corner, and it'll be Lincoln basketball on the turnover, up 25-15. Carson across the timeline. Railers go to the motion. Schilling left wing, out front Cook. Cook looks inside to Biven. Biven spin move in the lane, up and no good. Rebound Terriot Grace.
Grace went up high for the board there. Jake, good position, just kind of faded away there. Would like to see him go up a little stronger.
Oh my! And that ball went out of bounds. I thought there was going to be a foul there for a second.
Tough angle for us, but man, it looks like for a second there like Jake was going to get another steal.
Biven nearly had his pocket picked. Lane Powers out front. Goes to Jace Gardner. Gardner out front Powers. They're flashing Grace to the post now there at the free throw line. Gardner again out front. Gardner tried to go around Schilling, dribbled the ball, I think, off of his leg and out of bounds.
Good defense there by Trey. Didn't give up any ground and was able to force the Mattoon defender to dribble it off his foot.
So, Carson will start the offense once again for the Rail Splitters. Nearly had his pocket picked. And Carson's knocked down, and Jace Gardner, I think, is going to get called for foul number 3.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he did Gardner, the Mattoon defender, did a nice job of poking that away. But then Keon kind of boxed him out from getting the ball and ended up working out for him because he was fouled. Keon's got to tighten up there a little bit. Not let them pick his pocket here.
Keon's been a pretty reliable ball handler so far this year, not turned it over too many times. That's unusual. Out front, Carson. Carson going to go down the lane. Good pass. Oh, and a great pass to Saucy, up and good.
Good pass. Laid it off on a tray there, and Saucy converted.
Saucy with his first deuce of the game. Holmes in the corner, Wetzel, and what's the call here? Timeout, Mattoon.
That's a full timeout.
And it will be a full timeout. Let's go ahead and give you some of our billboard sponsors tonight. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger, one of Justin's favorites. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Chase Lowry, Edward Jones Financial. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Railer basketball on WLCN. Call financial advisor Chase Lowry at 217-732-7524 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Let's go Railers.
Good start to the second half here. Just got to keep doing what we're doing, and we should be okay. Mattoon coach getting kind of animated in this timeout here. I think this is his Rockney speech to try to fire them up because they're running out of time. I mean, they've got to get back into it now because you're not going to come back quick on the Railers.
Other than Saucy trying a three at the top of the key, we've pretty much gone inside the arc and once again, trying to pound the ball either inside or get a layup.
And if you're Mattoon, it should be hard to score inside. You should have to earn it, and we have been converting at a pretty high rate inside too. So he's checking their pride here and saying you got to make them earn it down there. Back to the action.
Powers inside Grace in the corner. Holmes, he can shoot it up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Schilling rips it out of there.
Good rebound by Trey.
Trey Schilling, good rebound ahead to Carson. Keon Carson against two defenders. Back out front, Schilling, Saucy, Biven, they go inside Cook. Cook going to muscle his way up and got the layup. Great position by Peyton Cook.
Just something looks right about having a Cook wearing 34 for the Railers. That'll never get old, right, Railer fans?
Wetzel, Powers, Holmes, Gardner. Holmes inside Grace. Grace up and threw it up and got it up and in.
Peyton might have gotten away with a foul there too, so we'll take it all things considered because Peyton, I think, got him pretty good.
4:43 to go here in the third quarter. Saucy, Schilling, Biven, Saucy out of the corner, up and no good. Cook the rebound. Cook could have gotten Paul for the push. Cook saves it inbounds and Mattoon picks it up. Gardner quickly up the floor against Carson. Holmes nearly traveled on the left wing. Wetzel against Schilling. Out front Gardner. And Mattoon resets their half-court offense. They go in the corner. Holmes out front Wetzel, Holmes out front Gardner. Gardner the fake. Gardner, Wetzel, long three, 25-footer, short, rebound Mattoon, goes into Cook, up, no good, and Biven knocks it out of bounds. Biven and Grace going for the basketball.
Wetzel for Mattoon's, no trigger shyness at all in him. He is letting that thing fly.
That was just inside the volleyball line.
That was a bomb.
Powers looking to get it inbound. Colton Smith into the game for Mattoon. Gets it into Smith, back to Powers. Powers goes inside to Grace. Terry at Grace. Ball knocked away by Schilling. Good defense by Trey Schilling.
Stays with the green wing.
A little bit concerning, JT. They've been able to get the ball in there at the free throw line several times pretty easily.
Yeah, they're trying to go inside out, but once you get it in there, it's not so bad to just kind of go at us. And especially because Grace has proven to be pretty strong and physical when he's got his, wits behind him.
You'd think they want to keep going at Cook and maybe try and draw another foul on him.
Yeah.
Gardner nearly lost the ball and did lose it out of bounds. It's going to be a backcourt violation. He saved it. But a backcourt violation against Mattoon. The turnover will go to Lincoln. And that was going to be a layup because Keon Carson, nobody's going to catch him.
Nobody's catching him. No, sir.
He had the afterburners.
Yeah, nope. See ya.
Lincoln up 29-17, 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Cook on the left wing in front of the Lincoln bench. Out front, Biven. Biven bumped by Gardner, going to spin, go down the lane, throw it up, and good! Oh! Jake Biven, the strong move. Count the bucket, and the foul on Jace Gardner, and I think that may be 4.
I think you're right. Jake, I think the ball hit the rim about 4 different times on that before it fell in. Nice shooter's touch on that. Here comes a wave of rail splitters checking in. Hayes, Gowan, and Nelly all checking in here.
30 Drew Hayes. At the line for Lincoln.
And I think it's interesting. We've seen a deeper rotation. What's nice about that too is the defense should benefit from that. They're fresh legs. A lot of times the Lincoln teams you see a 6 or 7-man rotation. And, seeing 8, and we've seen 9 tonight with Cage Kingsley's contributions in the first half. It just keeps the bodies that are out there fresh and able to execute the defense.
And I don't think people realize, even though we do play a zone defense, there's a lot of effort exerted.
We play
defense.
full court. We're playing full court defense. So.
Shot missed out of the corner by Matt Toon. Cook hauls the rebound down, and he'll get it to Carson, and Carson pushes the basketball.
Nobody's got him.
Gowan out of the corner. Will it be? Yes, a Chris Coyne State Farm three. Our first one of the night.
Yes. Gowan, and nobody picked up Keon. He just drove all the way in until he found his buddy Gowan out there on the wing for the three.
Lincoln
Chris
up
Coyne three-pointer.
35-17. Into the game, Bryce G, number 11 for Mattoon. Wetzel thought about firing it up, takes it baseline, throws it up, no good, and Drew Hayes hauls it out of there. Quickly to Keon Carson. Carson, fell down with the basketball, squirts it out to Gowan. Gowan out to Hayes. Hayes, Nelly. Cook in the corner. Cook with 15 so far on the evening. Out front, Carson to Hayes. In the corner, Nelly. Camden Nelson, back out front, Gowan. Gowan to Cook. Cook, left wing, Carson. Carson going to go down the lane. Layup time. No. Had it come back out.
I saw a lightning strike there, but that was just Keon Carson driving by his defender. Too shame he couldn't convert it.
Good move by Keon Carson. Mattoon nearly throws it away. Powers out of the corner. Left-handed three. Up, no good. Hayes boxed his man out. Got pushed, no call. And Nelson gets the easy board.
One thing the Railers are doing really well tonight is contesting. Mattoon's gotten some looks, but there's usually a regular flying at him, which is really, a testament to this group's hustle.
There's Nelly out of the corner. Up and no good. Rebound. Cook grabs the rebound. Cook to Hayes down the lane. Hayes back out to Carson. Hayes, Nelson, Carson, or Cook, Carson, sorry. Gowan, Hayes, Carson going to go down the lane one more time. Kick out Gowan, three out of the corner. No good. And the rebound to Colton Smith. Smith hounded by Carson, and Keon's going to get nailed for the foul.
Yep. Yeah, it was one of those slapped the guy right underneath the basket, 75 foot away from our basket. But Keon, good penetration there. Kind of following in the footsteps of what Cage was doing in the first half. You see how much better our offense works when we get some penetrating kick.
We got a 30-second timeout on the floor. JT, who have we got for sponsors?
We've got Carpet House, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Capsule Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Growl Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Eaton Corporation, Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance, and Chicago Street Rentals. Hey, folks, don't forget you can check us out on the live stream, WLCN 96.3. Are we on YouTube?
Yes, we are.
All right, put us on YouTube. I like to occasionally stream us on my TV at home. I've got the YouTube app. Can watch the Railers in my living room. If you're sitting at home on a Saturday night, turn us on.
You haven't turned your 4-year-old on yet to Lincoln Railer basketball, huh?
Not quite. He had his first game today, I should say his first game. He scored his first points today. So in his mind, there's no better basketball player than him today. He scored his first points.
We'll go
today.
with that. He scored his first points today at 4. So that's
age 4, got his first bucket today.
Mattoon still in the back court, now in the front court against the Lincoln Railer defense, and Lincoln's defense scrambling. Here comes Grace down the lane, muscled his way to the basket, just bowled his way to the basket, got the hoop. 35-19 the Lincoln lead, 1:03 to go here in the third quarter. Kingsley goes Gowan, Cook goes inside Hayes, kind of a difficult pass. Hayes triple team, Gowan to Cook. Cook going to go down the lane, spin move, kick Kingsley. Nelson thought about the three, Kingsley, Gowan. Railers working around the perimeter. Now to Nelson. Nelson to Hayes. Kingsley. Nelson. Gowan. Cook.
30
Railers
seconds.
Maybe running a little bit of time looking for the last shot.
Yeah.
Nelson. Railers run their motion. Running time, running clock. Out front Kingsley. Cook. Gowan. 18, 17, 16 seconds on the clock. Nelson out front.
They're not going to get set up.
Kingsley.
Oh, they just did.
Hayes. Here comes Cook. Free throw line. Cook looking for Gowan. There's the screen. Gowan three on the way. No good.
Nelly. I thought Camden was going to
get that. Almost a rebound bucket by Camden Nelson at the end of 3 quarters. Lincoln 35, Mattoon 19. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the fourth quarter.
Have you ever seen somebody treated unfairly because of the color of their skin?
Do you guys know what it means to have white privilege?
What is racism and what do you think about it?
Talk to young children about what racism is, giving them the language to understand it. They can be disruptors. They can shape and shift culture.
We may not always know the answer, but we'll try and help you learn.
You don't have to have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we can't start.
Back here for the fourth quarter, Mattoon will have the basketball. Jay Hart and Justin Tierney bring you the action with Lincoln ahead 16 going into the fourth quarter, 35-19 against Mattoon. Peyton Cook, the Lincoln leading scorer for the Rail Splitters, with 15.
You know, Mattoon being down 16 here in the fourth, you can expect them to start getting some shots up quickly. And Cammie Nelson reached out and grabbed one, got a steal, bringing it across half court for the Railers.
Great steal by Camden Nelson. So Mattoon gives up the opening possession of the fourth quarter. Nelson looks inside Hayes, out front Cook. Cook, great cut, and a bad pass, and swatted away by Mattoon, so alternating turnovers.
Yeah, looked for the back door, but it just wasn't there on that one.
Madden Johnson into the basketball game, number 15 for Mattoon. Gets it to Bryce Jean, Jean to Wetzel, to Jean. Again to Wetzel, he's not afraid to shoot it. He fires a long three, up no good. Colton Smith the rebound, ball swatted away by Drew Hayes into the hands of Terriot Grace. Grace, ball batted away, and there's that Kingsley guy again. Cage Kingsley with the steal.
Yeah, good rip away there, and it's going to be all about execution down here these last 7 minutes.
Nelson Cook got the triple team. Gowan
Good
going to drive
fake
around Wetzel. 5-footer up and good.
Good to see that from Aiden. Ball fake, in rhythm, hit a little floater. Very pretty offensive move there from Aiden Gowan. Railers up 18.
Gets it across the timeline and stolen away by Hayes, and I think Drew's going to get nailed for the foul.
I think that kid slid. I think Drew was seeing blood because that kid had his back turned and was dribbling it up high. He went in for the steal, and the kid slipped, and still a good read by Drew. You want him to be aggressive.
We were talking off air, one of the few Neil Alexander teams that goes this deep off the bench, and we can say, I think quite confidently, every kid who's played tonight has given quality minutes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everybody's contributed.
Bryce Jean out front, Powers, Helms, Jean to Helms to Jean. They're posting Powers, who's the smallest guy on the Mattoon floor. Powers looks inside Helms, and ball swatted away again. Good defense by Lincoln. Quickly ahead to Nelson. Nelson to Gowan, up and good.
Good play by Camden. He kind of lost it on the way up as a Mattoon defender challenged him, but he was able to recover and still lay it in time.
Cammie Nelson in the scorebook with a deuce, and it's 39-19. The Lincoln lead is 20.
Railer defense being really aggressive.
Oh, and Colton Smith went up for the shot and was blocked by Drew Hayes.
Yeah, we're getting our hands on everything right now. Mattoon's really struggling to just have a possession where they don't turn it over or get a shot blocked, or we're really active here in the fourth.
Owen Hawkins in the basketball game for Mattoon. Tyler Saucy due to come back in for Lincoln to replace Drew Hayes. A nice block by Drew Hayes. 39-19, 5:48 to go in a basketball game.
The only guy who hasn't come out tonight, Jay, is Peyton, and it's been a rotating cast around him, and everybody's playing defense. Everybody's doing a nice job offensively as well.
Right now, the Lincoln guys on defense are like sharks in the water. They smell that blood. Yeah. They smell the pass, and you know they're going to grab it. Watch this. Here we go. Nope. Nearly had that one. Some dangerous passes right now by Mattoon as the Lincoln defense hustling.
And we've only got 2 fouls, so we can play pretty aggressive, too. We're not in foul trouble.
Foul goes against Lincoln. It's Jake Bivin, his second.
Bivin draws his second foul, the team's third of the second half. So after getting Mattoon into the bonus early in the first half, they've gotten nowhere near it in the second. Shot out of the corner, up, no good. Cook going to tap it around and grab the rebound.
Peyton's arms just kept going and going and going, and he grabbed that one. What was that guy called? Go-Go Gadget arm, Mr. Gadget? That's what it looked like there.
Out front, Bivin to Cook. Cook tried to go down the lane, kicks it out Gowan. Gowan's going to go down the lane, reach in from behind. Good pass, Cook. Cook went up, blocked from behind. And ball batted away, and Mattoon comes out of there. Hawkins comes out with it.
Good read there by Aiden to dump it off, but Peyton was a little too deep underneath the hoop there and couldn't quite convert it.
Smith goes inside. Cook altered and may have gotten a paw on that shot.
Yeah.
As Bryce Jean went up against Peyton Cook and had that shot significantly altered. Bivin goes down the lane, tried to dump off, ball batted around. Kingsley comes out of there with it. Saucy 3 on the way, up and good. Another Chris Coyne State Farm 3. Tyler Saucy hits the shot. It's 42-19 Rail Splitter.
The Railers are pouring it on here, Jay.
Smith to Madden out front, and looks like Neal's going to go to the bench. Connor Meager, Darren Stevens getting ready to come in. Hawkins in trouble, bounce it off Saucy's leg. 4:06 to go in the game. Gowan and Peyton Cook going to come out.
Peyton will check out with 15. Assuming that's the last we'll see him tonight.
15 for the Cookie Monster. Out of the corner, Madden, and got fouled on the 3. I hate when that happens.
Foul goes against Lincoln's Jake Bivin, his third.
Bivin going to pick up his third foul.
At the line for Mattoon. Madden Johnson.
Madden Johnson to the line. Up, first one up, no good. Second one for Madden Johnson, up, and it rolled home. 42-20. Mattoon breaks the 20 mark. Second one up and no good. So he missed 2 of the 3 free throws. Gets his own rebound in the lane, kicks it out to Bryce Jean. Air ball on the 3, and out of bounds. It'll go over to Lincoln.
Really good response. You know, this was a 7-7 game after the end of the first quarter, and the Railers have been in control pretty much ever since.
You got a sense Mattoon thought they could hang in there, and then the Railers kind of turned up the wick on defense.
Yep.
Kingsley. Connor Meager in the basketball game. Stevens out front. Kingsley. Saucy. Saucy going to drive it in. Kick to Meager. Meager going to drive baseline. Kick out Bivin. Bivin in the corner. Back out front. Bivin. Stevens. Saucy around the horn. Meager, nice fake. Got his man up. Bivin. Kingsley. Stevens. Bivin. Bivin. Stevens. Stevens, and there's contact out front. Let's see who the call is on. I think it may be on. Colton Smith is going to draw the foul. That is his third.
Mattoon going with the line change. 5 guys checking in, everybody else checking out.
This is fun for the announcer because then you got to figure out who in the heck is on the floor. Jordan Hoff, number 13 in. Jordan Hoff, number 13 in the basketball game. Sean Fuentes, number 25 in the basketball game. Jermaine Jackson in the basketball game, number 24. Elijah Mosley, a senior, number 5 in the basketball game. And Austin Boyer back in the basketball game for Mattoon.
That's why you're a pro, Jay.
Yeah.
That's why you're a pro.
You just read them off the list.
I would be lost right now.
Meager, Saucy in the corner, out front Stevens. Kingsley going to drive it down the lane, layup. Oh!
Good move, good aggressive move.
Nice move.
Oh,
left-hand
almost took
layup,
it back.
nearly stole it again. Boy, he's causing some havoc out front. Boyer, long shot by Mosley. Looked good, didn't go in. Saucy the rebound, gets it to Kingsley. 2:55 to go here in the basketball game. 42-20. The Lincoln lead. Stevens. Gabe Smith in the basketball game for Lincoln. I didn't see him come in. Layup time coming for Austin Boyer. He gets the layup on the steal. Gabe Smith in for Lincoln. Basketball on the wing. Goes in the corner to Saucy. Out front, Stevens. Stevens, a spin move. Saucy, 3 out of the corner. Short, up, no good. Rebound goes to Fuentes, number 25. Up ahead, Jackson in the corner. Blows past his man, gets it to Fuentes. Layup time, no. Rebound, Meager. Meager to Kingsley, and timeout on the floor as Neil Alexander is going to clear the bench. Coming into the game for Lincoln, Brady Miller, 5'8 junior, number 12. And number 33, Blake Horn, a 6'3 sophomore.
Also entered for Lincoln, number 5.
And freshman Carson Connick coming into the basketball game.
Yeah. This is a group in the sophomore game that played pretty well earlier.
Yep.
With the exception of Meager. But he did not play in the sophomore game, but
JV won 58-46 tonight. Out of the corner, Miller shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Jordan Hoff. Hoff quickly up the floor. In the lane, ball batted around. Stevens comes out of there with it. So the Lincoln Youth Movement gets the turnover. And Stevens and Hoff having a nice little bump out front. Gets it to Meager. Meager goes down the lane. He's going to get fouled.
Foul called against Austin Boyer, his first.
Nobody in the bonus yet. A minute 46 to go. Not as many fouls this half as there were the first half.
Number 32, Frank Sanders.
Frank Sanders checking in for the Railers.
Frank Sanders, number 32 in a basketball game for Lincoln. Comnick inbounds to Comnick. Comnick going to stop and pop the three. Up, back of the iron, no good. Rebound to Mosley. The other 5 grabs the rebound. Mosley to Jermaine Jackson. He's going to pop the 3 up and no good. Rebound goes out of bounds as Stevens was able to block Fuentes from saving that basketball.
Yeah, I love that we've got a Comnick wearing 5 and a Cook wearing 34 on this roster.
I asked Josh.
Brings me back to my childhood.
I asked Josh if that was a tribute to Dad. He said, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he's wearing the number 5. Shot by Meager, up no good. It was short, and ball saved by Miller, almost knocked out of bounds off of Mosley. And Miller knocks it away to Comnick. Here comes the Railers in the hurry. The young Railers, ball knocked away, ball batted away out of bounds. Should stay Lincoln basketball with 1:10 to go in a basketball game.
We could probably have a whole another show or broadcast about this, Jay, but I'm going to go on the record here and say the best Lincoln team of my lifetime, 97-98, Josh Comnick and Brian Cook.
Hey, that was a good pass inside to Sanders, and Sanders went up for the layup. He got fouled. He's going to go to free throw line. So you think that was the best Lincoln team you've ever seen or in your lifetime?
Somewhere Max Cook and Tyler Horsham are mad at me right now for saying that, because obviously that 13-14 team.
Sanders banks in the free throw and gets in the scorebook by banking in the free throw. Wonder if he called it.
Yeah.
Let's see if he does it again.
He's in there.
Second one, up and no good. Matt Toon quickly up the floor. It's really all over but the shouting, folks. 43-22. Boyer kicks it out to Mosley. He'll load up the 3, up and no good. Battle for the rebound. Stevens hauls it out of there.
Ooh.
Stevens is going to get fouled. We may get in the bonus before this is over.
Well, and this young man from Mattoon better be careful. He got a little demonstrative, and now he's talking to his buddies in the student section. That referee's probably thinking, I just want to go home. I'm not going to call a T on this kid. But he just kind of showed up the ref there a little bit.
Stevens out front with a basketball, 41 seconds ago. Spin move by Stevens, kick in the corner, Sanders. Oh, he thought about the 3.
Yeah,
you could see it in his eyes.
Yeah, he did. Good sportsmanship from the Railers, trying to hold on and not, try to tack on a garbage bucket here.
May have also been, too, if I miss this, coach is going to kill me. Inside Sanders, up and no good. Ball batted away by Jermaine Jackson.
Oh, Jermaine Jackson celebrating the block shot here in the waning seconds of the fourth quarter.
Down 21, you've got to celebrate something.
Yeah. Well, they're kids, they're having fun, and I think the referee's telling them right now to everybody settle down.
Meager to inbounds, gets it to Sanders in the corner. Out front, Miller. Miller going to go down the lane. He got fouled.
Foul there.
Ooh, he went hard to the floor.
Hit that knee right pretty square. That's going to leave a mark.
Well,
Brady
Miller going to go to free throw lane. Hey, we got in the bonus.
Yeah. Brady trying to get in the scorebook here.
For Lincoln, Brady Miller.
The Mattoon defender who blocked that shot's got his arms up right now like, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, and Miller had the free throw go in all the way and come right back out. Mosley going to go down the lane with a nice left-handed layup. Elijah Mosley gets the score. And a timeout very quickly by Mattoon to take Jermaine Jackson out. Yeah,
he's taking him out. Yeah, Jermaine Jackson, spirited final seconds here for the Green Wave.
Miller going to dribble it out. And the final score is going to be Lincoln 43 to Mattoon Green Wave 24 in what could be the Railers' final appearance here in the gymnasium here at Mattoon High School. Both teams shake hands. Leo Alexander picks up yet another win. Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout, and we will be back with the Schneider Chiropractic Brow Incorporated post-game show.
Right.
You're listening.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Back here at Mattoon High School, where a very happy bunch of Railer fans who made the trip down 121 from Lincoln. Going to go home tonight. A victory in the pocket of the Lincoln Rail Splitters as they move to 4-1, 1-1 in the Apollo Conference. Mattoon's frustration continues. They drop to 0-5, 0-2 in the Apollo Conference. Again, the final score 43 Lincoln, 24 Mattoon. The Lincoln defense played very, very well tonight. And Peyton Cook with another fine game, 15 points on the evening. And my broadcast partner, Justin Tierney, has returned with the scoring. Why don't you go ahead and run down what you got?
Sure. Well, we had Peyton Cook led the Railers in scoring with 15 points. He was followed by Jake Biven with 9. And then a whole buffet of other Railers got in the scoring column tonight. Camden Nelson had 2. Aiden Gowan had 5. Tyler Saucy had 5. Cage Kingsley had 4. Drew Hayes had 2. And Frank Sanders had 1. For the Railers, 43 total.
You know, you give up only 24 points. It's probably been a pretty good night, and I'm pretty sure Mattoon didn't have anybody getting double figures tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was there were some stretches where defensively we had a lapse, I would say, early in that second quarter. But in the second half, we really got more aggressive. We were moving our feet a little better. We were able to anticipate their swing passes and the way they were trying to make us move side to side. Really adjusted well in the second half to come out with a victory.
You know, there in the second quarter, we were up 15-7, looked like we were starting to pull away, and then they got 2 threes and closed it to, I believe, 19-13 at one point.
Half down to 6.
You're right, and then we started to pull away there again at the end of the, scored the last 4 points there of the first half, ended up 23-13 at halftime. And then really the third quarter came out, I thought played very, very well. Our defense, we got hands on balls. We kind of knew where their shooters were in the second half of the basketball game.
Yeah, sure did. And just overall a great performance. I liked what Cage Kingsley did for us there in the first half. I thought that was kind of key to that second quarter, getting a little better for us. And then down the stretch there, second half, a lot of Railers were very active on defense. Peyton was doing his thing. Just overall, a really quality Apollo Conference win for the Railers.
Well, Coach Al and his Big Gulp Diet Coke have made it up the stairs. So we will give up our chair and allow him to have a seat and have a little bit of a rest. I'm sure he's ready to make the bus trip home up to 121.
Yeah. Yeah, and with a victory, too. Those bus trips, in my experience when I was a manager, bus trips always much better after a victory.
Of course.
So it'll be a happy bus. They'll get some pizza or some subs or something along those lines and be on their way.
Nobody wants to ride on the bus with an unhappy coach.
Not for an hour and 45 minutes especially. So on a 2-lane road.
So Neil Alexander talking to some people as he's making his way over here. Again, Railers win at 43-24 over the Mattoon Green Wave. Coach Al joins us. Can you hear us okay, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and have a seat if you wish. Take a little bit of a break. I thought tonight that you went 9 deep with your team tonight, but I thought everybody contributed tonight. You got some good minutes out of pretty much all the kids and a spark from Cage Kingsley off the bench.
We did, and Cage, that's probably the best game he's had all year, and he just got to continue to work to cut down on his turnovers, but he gives us a little bit extra. He's a little bit long up there, and you never have a question his ability of how hard he's going to play. We just got to make sure that you got to be able to contain that a little bit, and when he does that, he'll be a big help for us.
To the kids' credit, and was this something that the kids did, or was this something you as the coaches reminded them of? The first quarter, the shots from outside, the threes weren't dropping, but they didn't settle for the threes. They started pounding the ball inside. Jake Biven had some nice moves inside, got some mid-range jumpers, some 5-10 footers, knocked them down. Seemed like the kids then realized that they were going to get layups, they were going to get those inside buckets.
Yeah, you got to be able to do that, and if you're not hitting the ones from the outside, you better be able to have another option, and we do have another option, and our kids done a nice job of getting into it and getting the scores, and really they kind of forced the defense in a little bit, and then we did hit some threes.
You're up 15-7 in the second quarter. Mattoon comes down, hits a couple of threes very quickly on the passes across half court, closes the gap 19-13, then you score the last 4 of the second quarter, pull away 23-13. Then you have a really good third quarter and able to really pull away from them. I thought you guys did a much better job of covering the shooters after they hit those threes.
Well, that was the emphasis at halftime, is they had 13 points and they had 4 threes. And so we really pushed the guys. We really opened the middle up to get to the perimeter. And those are adjustments that you can make once teams start shooting and, continue to shoot threes. You can let the middle be open, and because they were trying to go inside out and let the guys step into their shots. But our guys done a good job of finding them in the second half.
Coach, I got a great look at Peyton Cook tonight for the first time. Seems like he's really coming to his own, understanding that he's your leader on offense, and saw some great aggression from him. Saw the other guys looking for him. It was good to see.
Yeah, he's getting stronger, and he's just going to be a late mature. That's bottom line. It's going to be like some other players that we've had, is their best years are going to be 2 and 3 years down the road, and there's no doubt Peyton's will be. And, if he continues to work hard and wants to get better, he can get in the weight room to get stronger to where he can take, because the next level, it'll be much more physical. And, you have to be able to handle that.
Did you anything tonight concern you about the way your team played?
No, not I don't know how many turnovers we had, but we put a limit on it because we haven't had a limit on it, and we just kind of let them play and they're pretty careless with the ball. So they had a 10, anything over 10, they were going to have to run. So I'm sure they're looking for the stat sheet somewhere.
I can remember that the year I was a manager, we had a limit, and it was one of those deals. You know the number, and you don't forget. So 10 is the number. So well, I didn't keep turnovers, so I can't tell you.
That's where we start now. But we've had teams that's gone halves without turning them over, and
right.
That's how you beat teams. And eventually we'll drop it down 10 once we get 4 or 5 more games. It'll go down to 8, and that turnover can be anywhere from a 4 or 6 point swing in the game. Yep. It could be the 2 or 3 that you hit, or you turn it over, and now they have the opportunity for 2 or 3. So that's how important turnovers are, and you have to take care of the ball, and that's one of our goals. Keys to win every night is take care of the basketball.
I think back, you mentioned that, I think back to the 2013-14 team that finished second in the state. They averaged about 5 turnovers a game for the whole year, and there may have been games where they went through a whole game maybe without committing maybe 1 turnover or maybe none during the basketball game. And I think that's very important for fans to realize that sometimes just simply not making mistakes will win you a lot of basketball games.
Yeah, no doubt. And one of our sayings is, the passer, and I think we passed the ball a little better tonight. The passer's part of the shot. Guys have got to catch it in rhythm. They can't catch it at their shoe tops or above their head or whatever. They got to catch it right in the chest area where they're stepping into their chest or their shot. And, the passer's very important. And, you remind them, hey, the passer's a part of it. You get an assist. You don't get a point, but you do get an assist. And that's important. And, we've spent a little bit more time, and we're starting to really emphasize the rebounding. And it's simply because we got a note the other day from Collinsville that they have applied to be able to use a shot clock in their tournament. So I'm guessing that that'll go through the IHSA. I don't think it's too late. We still got 3 weeks before that happens. But, if you're going to play defense for 35 seconds, you sure don't want to give up a rebound so somebody can run another 35 seconds or whether it'll be a 20-second reset. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the rules to see, how that goes, whether the reset's 35 or whether it's going to be a 20-second reset.
So you mentioned that. Talk, if you would, a little bit about that. So JT and I were talking earlier, with a shot clock, you may see a lot of long desperation shots from teams that haven't played with a shot clock. Would that concern you from a rebounding aspect that, okay, you're there boxing guys out underneath, but you're going to get this long rebound that kicks out to somebody in the perimeter?
Well, there's a lot of things that you're going to have to do in it. Number one, teams are going to be more aggressive because it's going to become a set of 35-second games. And when people get desperate against our defense, they start dribble driving, start throwing up shots, and that's going to happen every 35 seconds now. So that's one thing that you have to be able to do is be solid defensively, that you don't let the dribble drive create other shots for them. And I'm anxious to see how we pan out with that, how it affects our defense. But also I want to see what it does to our offense, because it's going to happen. When it happens, I don't know. But the IHSA will take the data from all the tournaments that have used it. I know Washington used it at Thanksgiving. I haven't talked to anybody that played with a shot clock, so I can't answer any questions about how they felt about it. So, but it will change the game. It'll create early on. I mean, it's going to be some bad shots. So maybe not even some shots. So, like I said, it'll be interesting to find out how it affects our game.
Well, you got a 2-game stretch coming up at home. Tuesday night against Taylorville, I believe, and then Friday night, Charleston at home. Be nice to get back to the friendly confines of Roy S. Anderson, won't it?
Well, it's always nice to play there. And, we got, it's 2 more home games, so that's going to mean that we've had 7 out of 8 at home to start the year. And then we go to next Saturday, a week from tonight, we go to Jacksonville, which that's a great place to play, the bowl. And it'll be nice to get back into those gyms.
Well, Coach, we'll let you get going and get you guys going to get something to eat here on the way home?
We'll pick it up and they can eat on the bus. They're hungry. I said, let's go eat, and man, they were already out of their uniforms.
Yeah, that's the quickest I've seen them get dressed in all the years I've been here. So.
Yeah. JT and I were talking, it's a lot happier bus ride from Mattoon when you go home with a win than when you go home with a loss.
It sure is. And, this game worried me because, they played Mahomet to a 2-point game. I did see where Mount Zion beat Mahomet pretty good tonight, like 25 or something. So, it's going to be hard pressed. I think Mount Zion is definitely the team to beat. So we can't stumble anywhere if we want a chance to even take a share of it, because they're going to be tough to beat. They're very good basketball players.
Just to clear up something before you go, there was some confusion I heard from some people. The Mahomet game that we won in the tournament was not a conference game, but the Mount Zion game was.
Right, because it was a crossover game and there was a chance that we would not have played that game. It just worked out that the crossover happened to be Lincoln and Mahomet. So that game, if we knew we were going to play them, absolutely play them, we would have counted it as a conference game, and then that would have allowed us to pick up another non-con non-conference game. But we didn't know we were going to play them, and really we didn't want to play them, but it worked out that we did play them. So there's a good chance we could play Muhammad 4 times this year.
Well, Coach, we'll let you get going, get you something to eat, and get you on the road and have that nice bus trip home. And hopefully this will be the last road trip you have to make down here to Mattoon. Been great hosting the Apollo. It's just a travel.
We do have them on, this is a good competition for us, and we do have them as a non-conference, and it's on a Friday night. We can play these trips. We go to Rock Island, we go to Quincy, we go to those, but it has to be on weekends, and and we do have Mattoon still on our schedule, but it'll be every other year that we come down here.
Yeah, well, Mattoon is a pretty regular sectional and regional host, too.
It really is.
Yeah, they like to host down here, and the IHSA likes to give it to them because Decatur and Champaign are close.
Right,
so.
And if you remember in 2014, and we played and got second place, we beat Champaign Central in the sectional final here.
Yep.
So there's some good memories here.
I won't complain. I get to see them again. I love hearing we're playing a non-conference game down here. Everybody else is. I'm excited that we're back in the Central State 8, but at least for me, I get my one trip. You can keep those non-conference games down here for me, Coach.
Well, I can tell you, as somebody that's been around Railer basketball longer than either of you two, believe it or not, that even when I was in high school, Mattoon was always a tough place to play. No matter how good they were, no matter how maybe they were challenged, it was just a tough place to play in. Yeah. And I don't think I've ever seen, very few of our teams I've ever seen shoot very well in this gym, and I don't understand why, but it's just the way it is.
2014, we shot really well here.
And a lot of other places, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us on the post-game show tonight, Coach. Have a good trip home. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, that looks, JT, you got anything you want to add? Parting comments to the Railer faithful at home that have missed your sports writing all these years?
I got nothing to add. It was a great game. Great to get off the Apollo Conference tonight and get to the first Apollo Conference win. So,
all right, Lincoln goes to 4-1, 1-1, evens the score in the Apollo. Mattoon drops to 0-5, 0-2 in the Apollo Conference. So, on behalf of Joe Lee, running the board expertly back at the studio tonight, for station manager Jim Ash, for producer, director, cameraman Lloyd Kirby, expert cameraman, for my broadcast partner Justin Tierney. We're going to sign off from Coles County and Mattoon High School, where the Railers won it tonight over the Mattoon Green Wave on the road 43-24. The next Lincoln boys broadcast will be Tuesday night from Roy S. Anderson as we face the Tornadoes of Taylorville as they come to town in Apollo Conference action. Boys also have a game Friday night at home against the Trojans of Charleston. So, good night, everybody, and thanks for listening. Again, Railers win it 43-24.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com present Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN's live stream video coverage of Railer basketball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Me Realty, locally owned and operated. Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Nail and Hair Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Basketball. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCN